code was something I'm very scared of. So th- that was something, that got me tempted to start with. And I started off with it. And then initially I've been in touch with Roshna. She she is an owner of a boutique, it's an enterprise. So while I got to know how the n8n workflows can also try to automate and generate AI models that can wear your clothes and stuff like that. So I immediately pitched that to her and told her that know what, I'm going to do this for you. That's it. And then she's like, okay, fine, let's do this. And then I took myself, like a 1 week deadline, and I got properly started with an N8n. And after 2 days, for the first time in my life, I got into some like a proper flow state. And from the next 1 week, I my average sleep time was like 2, 3 hours, and I was just been doing workflows day and night. It was that addictive, honestly. Since yeah, it's really addictive. So finally, I built her one, and seeing how it was like a one-time investment with n8n, where I built a workflow, and if I activate it, and it can be run forever as long as you pay for the API credit, tokens, and for the n8n hosting. If you take care of those two things, it's done. Once you give it to your client, it's pretty much done, and then it just runs. It'll be like a passive income for you if you want to go through this way. So yeah, I also happened to convince her to join this meeting so that she can tell her views of how this has helped her. So I can ask her to once talk for 2 minutes about it. Roshna, are you there?
Hi everyone, good evening. Just here for a quick moment to share this wonderful review done by this young talented boy. So I'm a boutique owner. I have a boutique in Visakhapatnam. So basically, our job is to showcase models by wearing various designer clothes. So till date, we haven't tried, showcasing on real models yet. But then one day he has come up to me and he's just like, you know what, AI is trending nowadays. Why don't we give it a shot? And then this is going to be wonderful with showcasing your products design via these AI models. And then we went ahead with it. He has created these wonderful AI generated images. The images were very, very attractive. They were generated exactly the way that I wanted them to be. I think it's a very hassle-free job. It'll probably take like a couple of few minutes instead of setting up a big I think it's a lot of time consuming, and yeah, it's a great experience. I hope he's really working on it, and more improvisations required. He shall be, guiding you in case you're like collaborating with him. There are if you have any updates or anything required, he's always up to the mark, and he's just making sure that everything is done right. So overall, my experience is pretty good. I suggest and recommend everybody who's into such fields and who are in need of these AI models to advertise their products or to showcase their businesses. I think this is a very creative, yet time consuming, yet absolutely hassle free idea just to give and try your hands on. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the feedback, Roshna. So yeah, that's one customer feedback that you guys got just now. So so yeah, let's get started on an 8
Glad it's your
So
we can share the testimonial later.
yeah, yeah. All right. So so I guess everyone's here, so now we can get started. Just a disclaimer, I am not a coder, so I might fumble at times. There's a lot of debugging out there also. And um, one more thing I'll show once I share my screen is um yeah, how can I get it? How can it is. Yeah. So I don't have money to pay for anything basically. So this software has 14 days of free trial. where you can do whatever you want and have up to 5 workflows active. But then after 14 days, you will lose access to it. You still have your workflows, but you might not be able to create new ones and work around with those ones. You'll have to pay to continue, or there are multiple options like you can self-host your own n8n on your PC using Docker, or if you have your own server, you can you can obviously integrate into that and self-host it. There are many like many options like that too. But yeah, I also tried to use it on a free trial version of a server, but then the free trial of any server hosting is like 512 MB RAM, which is not really enough for most of the workflows in n8n. Like one of the workflows I was trying to do, when I activated it and started working on it, it crashed since it exceeded 512 MB RAM. So once that happens, your all workflows will go into a void and they'll vanish. You'll have to recreate an account and it's going to be a big hassle. So if you have a decently good server with a lot of storage and RAM, then an item is then you can go around self-hosting it. The advantage of hosting it on your own server is you can have unlimited workflows running. It's up to you how much ever your server can handle. So absolutely, for whatever server started with the most basic version of a up, you get to this window. Okay, you'll not have all these workflows. You can just create workflow. Okay, so let's create one workflow. If I'm speeding up, please let me know. Okay. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, you're gonna come here. So we can start with our first step. Yeah. So there are many ways to get started with a workflow. Let's talk about the most simplest way right now. That is uh, on a chat trigger. Okay, this is the node initiates the workflow. The triggers, the ones called triggers are the ones that initiates the workflow. There can be many versions of formats of initial triggers. One is chat, one is form trigger, one is just click trigger, and I'll show you. Yeah, so many types of trigger. One is webhook trigger, one is Facebook lead ads trigger, one is MCP server trigger. So many of them. One could be schedule trigger, which automatically triggers when at a time you set up. So I'll come to that. So let's start with the most basic one. So this is a chat trigger where you have a chat window that you can by default, contact with within this workflow itself. So that, and then you click on the plus, and then you click on AI. You get many options here. Let's go for AI agent. Okay. And there are two options. One is the connected chat trigger node and one is define below. I'll come to the define below later. Let's go with connected chat trigger mode now. And just connect it here. Now, AI agent is not like some kind of a special node. It's just an interface of all the possible integrations that you can do that makes AI agent an AI agent. So what is an AI agent? AI agent is nothing but ChatGPT, which is an LLM with access to some tools. Like you can definitely not, you can ask ChatGPT about what's the cheapest hotel rates at some specific city. But if you ask it to go ahead and, book the hotel, it will not be able to do because it does not have access to, let's say, the Make My Trip API. If we give somehow the access to it through this tool section, then yeah, 100% it can do that for you. So chat model, let's connect a chat model to this AI. There are many options here. For the ones who are starting free, we can go for Google Gemini chat model, and let's go with the most, not overkill. Let's just go for 2.0 Flash. And this is how you choose the model. And then here, you will not be by default connected to something. You just have to create new credential, and in the API key section, you just have to, go for Google, just type Google API, and then you'll get to a window where you can get your free API. I can show you. Uh, yeah, go for this Google AI Studio, and then pretty much you can get your API key after coming up. Get API key, create API key, and then you can choose click create a project and then create, or the ones who are getting started with, you will directly get an API key. So you get an API key, come here and then paste it here, save it, and boom, your Gemini is connected. You don't need to connect it every single time. It's gonna be saved. So yeah, let's hassle over there. So once that's done, you successfully have your own Gemini for your workflows. So let's start. Let's just as a beginner thing. Um, I couldn't get up with a lamer message. So, see, when I sent one, think of this like a current circuit. It has gone here, it's gone to the agent, it has used the chat model, and it answered and it gave me back the answer. So you see, I'm a large language model trained by Google. So you can pretty much ask any questions with this. This is like a mini chatbot for you. But now there is a catch. If I ask, let's say, what is in Mumbai? If you see, this is not the answer it gave is very generic. It's actually not the accurate news. It didn't give you any news here. The reason here is because this chat model, if you just attach the chat model to this, it does not have access to the web search feature, only based on what it's trained on. So for you to give it a web search feature, you have to go for the tool. And there are some tools like Perplexity Research Tool, Tavily, and one good one that you can get started with is Surf API. Okay, this is a new account, so I have to create a credential, but basically this is one node which you can connect, and you just go to Surf API, create an account there, and pretty much you will get a free API key there. Okay, you can get up to 100 searches for free. So once you get that, you just have to link it up here, and then whatever question you ask, it will use the chat model first, and then it will go use the web search feature, and then it will give you the right answer, like whatever you're looking for. So right now, since it's going to be a hassle if I have to connect all this, let's keep it aside and let's go forward. So this is like step one of creating one of the most basic workflows out there. So that's one. We can create a lot of other tools, like join a lot of other integrations here. Like for example, one could be someone's mic is turned on. Okay. So there could be many tools out here. If you can check this, so many tools. One could be sending an email tool, like you see Gmail tool, where you can pretty much, you know, when you connect it to a Gmail tool, you'll have these kind of parameters. Gmail account, set automatically message, operation can be could be many things. One is reply, send, remove a label, mark as read, get many. These are the operations that you have access to. So let's say now we have connected it to our Gmail, and also one you have to connect your Gmail account here also through a credential. For that, again, you'll have to go to Google AI Studio and give it credentials there. So once you are done with that, you'll come here and then on to, if you want to fix this, you can write. Okay. Let's say for now, I'm going to fix this. Okay. So yeah. And for subject, I have this feature called let the model define this parameter. So done. Let it automatically, that also is going to be taken care of by Gemini. So message, done. And there are many other options like all this. You can explore this, but right now for the main functionality, let's keep it to this. So that's pretty much what you need. Done. So I've done this, and then I can be like, uh, yeah, I open chat and I'll be like, um, email me about what Iser Pune is. Okay. Since it's connected, I just have to do that. See, it created. Okay, wait, some issues happened. Okay. As a tool, it's a little tricky to operate. So wait, for now, let's go for a more simpler version. Okay. There are two ways. One is to connect it as a tool, but then you'll have to, oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, there was a very important thing that I did not tell you guys. I'll tell you now. So, LLMs in general, these LLMs have various functionalities. One is text to text. That is the primary functionality of an LLM, where you send a message and it sends a message back. That's the primary functionality. Some LLMs have inbuilt trained functionality of tool access. If you give a specific task to it and it has access to tools, it is trained in such a way that it also can access those tools and knows how to access those tools. Okay, that is one. And then there is one more called vision capability, where if you put an image and it will be able to identify the image and analyze or give a comment and give a text reply or an image reply. So primarily, these three are the functionalities of LLMs, where some LLMs have all three features and some have only one or some have two. So for this Gemini chat model, it has vision feature and text feature, but it does not. Gemini is not yet updated to an extent, at least the model that I'm using and the current models, they do not have they're not trained in a way to access the tools yet. So if you want it to access a tool, it will not be able to. Right now in the market, the chat models which are trained in such a way that they can access tools by themselves are, to what I know, one is OpenAI, which is why it's going like everyone uses by default in n8n OpenAI wherever possible. Because it has all the features, it's completely fine-tuned for n8n, I should say. So OpenAI chat model, and there is one more, Grok. Grok is also pretty trained these days. Not for all the tools, but for most of the tools out there. But OpenAI has the best tool calling feature. It has chat model feature, and it also has vision capabilities where you can also upload images and it can analyze that image. So that's the problem. But yeah, for now, OpenAI chat model, for the ones who want to try out things for free, you will not be able to have access to this for free. Like you'll have to go to the OpenAI, API keys, and you go for it, and then and you log in and all those things. It'll ask you for, it'll be like a pay and go feature. You'll have to pay for a minimum of $5. You'll have to recharge, and then until that runs out, you can keep using it to whatever extent you can. And then you'll have to, it's like pay and go basically. So I had to do that. And if for the ones who want to try OpenAI chat model for free, there is another alternative, which is Open Router. Okay. Here again, you'll have to go to the Open Router website. Okay. You'll have to go for the Open Router website. This is a very good place for you to check out various things. Okay. And then when you go to key section, once you'll register, obviously, when you go to the key section, you can create your own API key. And the best feature about this website is, I mean, especially this node is, once you connect, Okay, you know what? I'll just connect it real quick. You copy paste, and I had all this connected, but again, I had to move to a new n8n and get all my workflows just hovering from one account to another. So copy paste and done. So it's connected now. Yeah. So the advantage of Open Router is it has access to almost 99% of the LLMs out there. Almost all the ones. You can try it, each and every one of them for free. For the paid versions, there's up to $1 of limit for you to, $1 credits you have for you to use it, and then it gets run out, and then you'll not have access to it. If you want to still use it, you'll obviously have to create a new account and connect that account's API key to this. So you see, there are many free versions. See, there's DeepSeek free that you can access. There's this Google Gemini itself, and there's many free options. But in the free options, there is not a single free chat model which has tool call ability, vision capability, both of them along with its normal chat capabilities. So that's a tricky thing. So only OpenAI chat model is the only one which has all three, especially, I mean, OpenAI and Grok, and these both are paid. So if you want to go for free versions, you can definitely, even Google Gemini is free, but do remember that you will not be able to access the tools. And sometimes if you want to upload image and want it to analyze and give prompts, then also it will not be able to do. Most of them. Some have called vision. For the ones which has vision capabilities, you will see a V on theirs. Okay, I cannot find one. But yeah, you will have a CCC, like Grok Vision Beta. If you have these kind of words in that LLM, they definitely have vision capabilities. But most of them out there, at least the free versions, they do not have tool call abilities mostly. So yeah, that's one thing. Now you know.
There is a question here. This is
Yeah, yeah.
Nikita. So,
Go ahead.
is what we have, can we use only one model? Is it possible to configure multiple models there? Use the best model or something like that, depending on.
No, I mean, you'll have to create multiple workflows but it doesn't like you see, there's no additional feature. I haven't explored much yet, but there is no additional feature here. Like where it has these extra models and, automatically has a feature to select the best model for this. But maybe you can manually set that feature up. Maybe like use a chat model itself and put an AI agent here, and then have multiple branches. And this will be the decider of, it'll check the input and it'll be like, oh wait, it's beyond what I can do. So, and I mean, for the first one, again, it's a tricky thing. Again, you'll have to use OpenAI chat model since it can take all sorts of input. So it'll decide, okay, now my job is just deciding which model should use this input. So it'll do that, and then it'll select the branch it has to flow to. We can set that kind of a workflow up to. So yeah,
Mhm.
did that answer your question?
Yeah, that would work. So, chaining agent to agent, basically, sequence of them.
Yeah. Something like that only. But the exact feature that you wanted, that is right now not possible if you want to die. There's no option like that. Okay.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
maybe there
Thanks.
is, I might not know. To what extent I know, either is not one. So yeah, now that you are sorted with how to get free chat models, and especially OpenAI chat model, if you want to access it without money, create an open router and go for this, and then go for OpenAI Chat GPT 4.1 mini. Then you have tool call ability, vision capability, and all these abilities. So since I have some credits left, I'm gonna directly use this. So let's go to the next step. This AI agent now, if you want to check if it has the tool call ability, let's just check. Okay, done and done. Let's see. See, now it checked.
Yeah, we
You
had
know
a
that.
question in a chat that do we need authentication for Gmail, or is it like just sending the email from some other server?
No. I connected mine. See, I connected, I authenticated, and I gave my Gmail account, and And this is from is not there, only two is there. So from is already my account. So for this, basically, I connected the same email account. So I'm getting my email back. But instead, I can keep any other email, and from my Gmail account, it will be sent. So if you are some kind of an enterprise, just authenticate it with that enterprise ka email account. And this is Gmail, okay, by the way. So if yours is not a Gmail account like Google account, there's other features for just normal mail also.
And do you want to show how to authenticate if it's not too much?
Okay, I will try. But it's actually a kind of a little complicated where you have to create a project and then
Okay.
uh, you have to create a project and then even after that, if you go try to authenticate, it's still going to be it will still say rejected.
Okay.
Okay, then you'll have to go to that project, go to its settings, OAuth 2 करके there'll be one setting in it. You'll have to go there and then you'll have to give permissions to this wait, this is the URL,
Okay.
our URL, and say it's n8n and our URL will be this n8n.cloud is going to be accessing the emails and all these things. So you'll give accordingly the permissions and then only you will be able to come here and then click on Google account that you want to connect and then it'll work.
All
So
right.
that's actually a little tedious process. I chose not to do it because if you're stuck at it, you can literally just
Yeah.
put it in ChatGPT and ask it to help me connect, and it'll give you a 5 minute walkthrough of how to do it step by step, and it'll work.
Right. Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Vasu.
So you see this happen. Okay, welcome. So right now this is done. One of the most important things to be learned for getting started with AI agents, I'm going to show you now. So this is too simple. Now let's go to the next step. Okay, before that, let's also once check the email. This is so annoying. Can you see this upper dashboard of Zoom? It's getting on my way. How do I get rid of it?
There's a way that you can move it down also instead of letting it
Thank
go
you.
down.
Yeah, that made my life much simpler. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, now I'll go to my emails and let's check if it gets sent before when I clicked. See, I got an email. We executed that workflow, right? So it automatically checked this and gave me this automatically. This can be removed again. There's an option to remove this attribute. So see, it gave me pretty good response already. I can structure this in specific format and there's many options that you have for customizing this. I'll show you. So done. First step done. Now let's go to the next step. I want it to be a little more complicated. So I am adding one more AI agent. Okay. And this time I'm going to the other option, define below. So when you go for define below, then it's not connected to the chat model. And now you can write whatever you want here. There's another thing called system message. I'll talk about it later. But this is where you set a constant, framework for this AI agent. I'll show you. So it's like this, right? Now that I executed the workflow, as you can see, the data has been passed to this and then processed and then passed to this. So now that it has passed through this and now it's waiting here, you will be able to see on the input section of AI agent or the second one in this format. This is one of the best things about n8n. In this, you have access to almost the entire, like, it's like a good analogy will be that you have access to your predecessors genes and not just your parents genes. Similarly, it just doesn't give you the output of the second the predecessor node, but all the nodes that have been in that workflow. Okay, that's one of the good options. So what can we do with that input? Could be very simple. Look at this. So I'm gonna set this AI agent ka role to be summarizer agent. Okay, so it can be like summarize this, and then I put this, and now here is where n8n is gonna make a difference from normal ChatGPT. I have this right. AI agent, and then I have this output. You see, I have this kind of a button now. I can just pull it here, okay, and put it here, and done. Done. Whatever output the previous node is going to be generating, it'll always be just pasting it here. Just as just that, like, and done. Summarize this, and I just dragged and dropped it here. And now that data is going to be put exactly here every time. See, this is the result. It will be like this. Done. So I can be like this,
So
and then,
it's the
yeah,
output
Sorry.
of the first
Oh,
agent.
is it some?
I did not hear you guys. Can you guys once again say one after one?
Question would you like to go?
Okay. Is it summarizing the, so if you just expand that, it
Hmm.
seemed like it was summarizing what the first agent did,
Yes.
not the actual output of the first agent, which was the content of the email. Right. So if you look at the, can you expand this where it showed the actual,
Yeah.
this is the output. I mean, so this is the action that the agent did, right? Sending the email about action, right? Whereas the email that you
Okay.
got actually
No,
had
no,
very
no.
different information. So what is it summarizing? Is it
No, no,
summarizing the
no.
out?
It has shown you like this, but it is actually the output itself. I'll show you it. I'll show you it.
But
See.
okay.
Okay, let's check it out once. So this is there, and then I will just execute the step. Wait, what happened? Oh yeah. It will not work if you do not connect a chat model. So open AI and let's see. Let's check what happens. Hmm. Okay, yeah, you're right. There's some mistake. Hmm. Okay. Let's retry once. I think it's because I connected it to the email that it has. Okay, wait. Let's try to see what happened.
So I think the variable that you have set, it's the output
Hmm.
of the email itself.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
one can change
Probably.
the variable also.
Let's try it again now. Let's try it again. It should work. Since now there is no email in the loop, okay? Let's just ask it this way.
Yeah.
What tell me about Pune? Okay? And then I'm gonna send that. Okay, it made that. It's thinking about it. And then it sent. Now since the input is connected to that, it has taken that. So let's see step by step. Input, chat input, tell me about Isaac Pune. Since it's chat trigger node, it's directly by default setup, done. It has given an output, you see, a detailed one. If you can check it here on table, see a detailed output. And then you go to AI agent node and see output. I put it here and I put it as summarize. So it has summarized it to me. This worked this time. There is only one. This is how it works. I think since I connected it to Gmail node, it's something interesting happened that I haven't tried it yet. Because I always connect Gmail node not as a tool, but in a loop. Like there are two ways to do it. So maybe the output it has sent to the Gmail node and Gmail node has taken that output and it doesn't have that data anymore.
Can you
Something
read
like that might happen.
the tabular format? The format because it was in speed and we could not see.
Okay, you on this?
So what's the difference between schema, table, JSON? Can you just briefly tell?
Schema is where the similar thing where in these kind of drag and droppable versions you can see, okay, the different types of parameters for a node. It'll be better when I have multiple schemas. You'll not be able to understand like this, and it's something like in the types of output that it will be giving.
Okay.
I'll show you a better example later.
So this
It
one
has only one output, so you won't be able to understand.
Okay.
Table is just a here if you see table, And okay, it'll be better if you, since there are two things here, you see. Table just gives you the output of the previous one, and you will have an option like this. It's just better, like different ways of representing the information that it's getting. In here, it will give you in a schema version of things. Okay, since this is all in the back end, a JSON schema, and it is this n8n software is able to identify the JSON schema into drag and droppable buttons and is giving you this kind of an interface. Table is each one you can choose it this way, and then the JSON itself is this.
So it's the same text represented in different format.
Exactly. So that's how it is. Now you see the output is uh, this thing is set up to the first node. It got that information, send that information to the summary agent, and I got this, and I happily had to just drag and drop here, and boom. Now here I can happily connect an email node as a tool or as a this thing. I'm used to this, so let's go with this. Okay, send a message, and again my connect is already connected by default. I can also make this. Let's just fix it for now. Okay, and this can be. It should have that automatic feature. It's not having this. Okay, subject. Or for simplicity's sake, we can just go for the tool as we have done before. But yeah, my point is now you can in the similar fashion, which I'll just show you since the data has come till here. In the similar fashion, now you see, forget everything. Now you see how I'm able to drag and drop anything that I want from all the previous nodes into this email node. Okay, in the message, let's say I want the subject to be the exact input I put in the chat. Okay, chat input. I will just check my schema here and I will just directly put this in this. Done. This information was not in the previous node. It was in the first node. And it's able to directly get that information set up here. So by that analogy of your DNA, you can get the access from the previous generations too. So from the message section, you can, let's say anything, like let's be not that simple. Let's not go with the recent most output, but the one before to that, not the summary, but the one before that. So I'll put it here, and since I am testing it, I will just have to click on this. Otherwise, I can also, since once this is set up, okay, and then you save it, you can now refresh it. And the information will be lost, the one which you have, and then you can once again try it out. Yeah. Wow.
Another quick question. Can we get multiple outputs from the AI like in a structured format? Two variables and like one as a subject and one as a context of the email?
Absolutely. I'll show you. Now, this is one side of things. I'll tell. Now that we know how these things are working, this drag and droppable features that we're having, you guys understood that, right? You can choose whatever whatever node that is before to that, whatever data it's giving out, you can just drag and drop it out here. And if it's to an AI agent, you just give some context before it and give it so that it understands and gives a better result. So now that we understand that, let's go with this. Okay, let's go with this, for example. The output here, wait, what happened here? Achha, this. Okay, let's say this has given me in this format. I don't want this. I want it to be of smaller chunks. For example, let's say in this workflow of mine is for, the task that AI agent got is give me Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, Threads, all the social media's captions as output. What will the output of it be? Yeah. So social, here is your result. Karke first it will do that prefix, and then it will give you the answer, and then it will give you okay. So happy to help and all these things. It will be. These are all are unnecessary. and you will have this as output like this. Now, if you want, let's say, if let's say the email node is here and you want only the Instagram caption to be sent to someone, you do not have that feature, right? You will only have this output thing, which is very annoying, and you can only put the entire thing, and you cannot cut it into that specific thing that you need. So for solving that problem, we have something called required specific output format switch. You just have to click on that, and you have this extra line here now called output parser. There are many features. Let's go with structured output parser. See here, it will give you an example. So in this box, all you need to do is give an example of what, like a JSON example of how you want the output of the ChatGPT to be like. Okay, like they gave an example here, key the output should be state and California, and the city should be like this. So for this kind of an input, if we give a relevant input to this, for example, let's go with that only. Okay, let's go ask a question in that format only. What are give me a list of two states in India and cities in it. Okay, and I give that. Now you'll see a difference now. I did not connect it, so it's gone there, but let's forget that now. You see, if you see now, this table gives you the entire information, but you see now in schema, now you see there's a difference. See, this is now drag and droppable version for you. It has the ChatGPT LLM is having access to the structured output parser, and it will know then that, okay, this is the exact output I should give in this schema itself. All the other bullshit it will cut. Done. So it has given that kind of an exact output that we wanted. Now now it's our life is much simpler. Now you see this. There's so many applications. So talk about this state. And I can be happily just putting this here. Then talk about these cities and then happily just, put this, and this.
So it's
yeah.
taking the outputs of the previous AI in a structured way, like by having that structured thing, output parser,
Yeah.
you are getting them as variables, which you are able to feed it into the subsequent agent.
Exactly. And let it be agent or whatever you want. So you basically get it in a exactly drag and droppable versions of what you want it to be. And this is much simpler. And all the other upper prefix, suffix, and all that extra things that ChatGPT asks is also cut off. It exactly gives you in what you want.
Yeah.
Mugdha has a question. Please
Also,
tell me. Yeah.
actually, this is just for one iteration, or like should we need to do it for like multiple iterations whenever we want to, or like it is just for an example?
You are talking about structured output parser.
Yes.
If you're going to be fixing this functionality of like this workflow, you're only going to be fixing about it's only this agent's work is only about talking about cities and giving the answer in that way, and it doesn't necessarily be state and cities. This schema, like first this and then whatever is comprised inside that as like this kind of an array, whatever things that you want to do, it will give you in that format. If it's something of a different domain also, as long as the output it seems that it's the same, it will give it to you that way. So
it is just
most of the
format that we are giving, like so that it will just parse on this format and it will just okay.
You can be like you can just write your string and then here string and then similarly like that. You can put generalized terms like that too.
Okay. Like based on it,
Yeah,
it will just automate for rest of the iterations, whatever prompts
absolutely.
that we give. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Uh,
and once, yeah, tell me.
Here we are looking at an example. I
Hmm.
get a drift that you are also controlling what output is coming in is also structured, right?
Yes.
But I wondered if there is a possibility of the AI, because AI can generate any kind of output. It may
Mm-hmm.
have, say, in case of say cities, this instead of three cities, it might pick five, right? So
Mm-hmm.
variable length of the input that is coming in to the other agent, the next one as input. So I wanted to
Hmm.
know whether there is a possibility of handling that as well.
Oh, so you're trying.
Structured,
Hmm.
structured, but
Hmm.
varying length.
Very lean.
Varying length, as in
Varying length. Okay,
the
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, varying length pretty much there. In the same JavaScript, there is a kinky, instead of fixing it to just three, you can have like multiple. I don't know the exact JavaScript for it, but you can have it be like, you can set it up that way ki there is no limit to it. Like it's up to how many the model wants if the user has not mentioned the number of cities.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you can just chat GPT that and get that. You can be like, I want this JSON schema for my agent that I'm going to be using, such that the chat GPT model uses it. And then it'll give you that exact example schema along with all the additional things. Okay. So, and
Okay.
then, yeah, whatever, how many ever you want, it'll have those many buttons according to whatever the chat GPT wants if you're not mentioning it. And then you can fix this. You
Uh,
can be, instead of saying one or all these things, I can instead be like this. And it'll give me all this data here. Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
where
And
can we add that?
similarly,
Okay.
yeah,
Sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
No, actually, where can we add that JavaScript thing? Like if you want like dynamic thing.
Here, structured output parser node you open, and it will be like generate from JSON example, and you give an example of what you want the type of output of the ChatGPT or the AI agent to have it like.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And you just give a picture of this. Okay. Take a screenshot or just say it to now ChatGPT understands it's trained enough about n8n. So you just with minimal information you get it. You just ask it for structured output parser schema. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Cool, cool. So, you guys understood now the drag and dropable features, right? You can pretty much do anything with this. So, yeah, pretty much. And there is another thing. Okay, if you want this output to be into different other formats, you can just click on dot, and there are so many. All these are like this DSA kind of stuff where you have so many functions that you can manipulate this information to. Include, split, starts with replace, length. If you click on length, it will not give you that output, but it will give you the length of the number of words that are there in that sentence, something like that. Or if you give this base 64 decode, it will convert that data into that base 64 version and then encode it, and then encode if you use it, it'll encode it back later. These are all the types of data manipulation that you can do. There is this URL encode where if there's a URL, it'll encode it, and then later if you on another node if you want to decode it back, sure you can do. Because some websites when you use HTTPS trigger and for some kind of nodes, the input they want it in that format. So you can do that pretty much in the node before to that. So there's many options, Boolean, parse. There's one for yeah. So you see this extract email. For example, there is an AI agent node where it got information of a large document, and you just want the emails in that document. So you can be like or URL. So you can pretty much just do this. Extract email, extract URL, extract URL part. It'll exactly extract that, and the outputs will be all the URLs or the emails, the whatever that you want it to be. Pretty interesting things in terms of data manipulation. So far clear. You guys have any doubts? If no, then we'll go forward. So we can take a 2-minute question session. You guys have any doubts? Okay, see you.
no, I guess it pretty much covered the
Hmm.
basics on like what
Yeah.
does and like how to structure it, the architecture.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now that you're clear, now this is fundamental. There's still like one more level or like two levels left. So Now we are gonna go one step ahead and gonna directly go for the boss fight. So just before the boss fight, I want to show you all the kinds of things that we have. There is another trigger where you have all the kinds of triggers you see on a schedule, where instead of this, you can just put a schedule and the automatically the workflow triggers, where instead of the chat mode, you can just put a Google Doc node, where in that Google Doc node, you just put the Google Doc URL and put a bunch of data in that, and that data will be sent to AI agent, and then it will go and go and go. Okay, so that can be done on a schedule basis, right? You can have on form submission basis. I'll show you Roshna's product here where I use this. We'll get there. And there is also HTTPS trigger, webhook. I mean, sorry. Webhook is very interesting. Webhook is where you can
Go a
go
little
one
bit
step.
slow because like it takes time for the screen to like look at the screen. So just a bit slow.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I don't know that. Okay. So there is also webhook trigger. Now for webhook trigger, this is where you go one step ahead and you can integrate this into any of a front end website if you're going to be building. You get directly API and you can just put it into that and then pretty much have access to this from there. Like,
Tell a bit about webhook, like what does it does in a simple words?
so there are webhook is basically like it's like an API only which you can be connecting to, let's for example say website, okay, where there is a button in the front end and you set it up such a way that after clicking on the button, this link is access to it. You put that in the backend and put this link, and that button is gonna, once a user in your website clicks that button, this webhook, which will be like a trigger, it'll start a workflow, and since this is get trigger, get webhook, it'll get you the information from whatever the thing that has been done. I'll not be able to show you an example, but with regard to webbook, there are many YouTube videos out there, very short videos where they have integrated this into the website. You can see there is get wala webbook. There is I'll show you. There is respond to yeah. There is this one. There is just start one. There is returns data to. Many options here.
Is it like a trigger that something happens on internet and like or somewhere else,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
for that to get captured, you are
Hmm.
having this sensor kind of thing.
Yeah, one of the best examples analogies is like a sensor itself.
Okay.
Respond to webhook is that kind of a thing, and this also. Respond is okay. Respond will be like giving data back after responding. After getting that sensor activated, and this one would be just getting it started. You click on that, and the workflow gets started. So website will be like start workflow button you keep, and then you click on that button, and then this happens. Okay. Even for the chat message, you have you have a webhook kind of an option. You see, make chat publicly available, and then you get this. Okay, and then you take this. And from no code point of view, I'm going to tell this since I'm not a coder. You just go for let's say cursor or let's say for that matter Bolt or Lovable. Say ki build me a front end, and this is my n8n link of a webhook that is connected to this one so workflow. This is the chat mode for it. I am using that as the chat mode in n8n itself, but I want this to be connected to my front end. So here is the link for it. Go ahead and connect this to my website. So it will make your website when you can be like chat mode, and then it'll do this. This is exactly how people using n8n are building chatbots.
So
They
it's
use yeah.
kind of a plumbing system where you are connecting your website to your
Hmm.
NLP workflow, like similar
Yes,
to
yes.
API, and where the
Yeah.
API leads to this function that you have made or this pipeline that you have made.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So the most basic one would be this. Right? This is what we've been playing with now. So
yes.
this chat mode, we were just having this and it's giving us data here. Instead of this exact interface, you can have it in your website and just connect this to this. And in the tool section, you basically do Google Docs. Okay, connect this to Google Doc, and in the operation you get and then you put in that Google Doc all your company information, and that's it. That's literally your own chatbot. That's literally your own chatbot. You put all your website information here, you connect this to your website, and that's your website chatbot. Done. That's the most simplest way to create a chatbot. I actually don't know any other way of creating a chatbot at this point because I just got started with n8n and this whole thing. So yeah. So clear so far. We can go forward to the actual big workflows that I'll be showing you guys. Are you clear so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So now that we are pretty much clear with this, let's go a step further. Just a step further, and then we'll go for the big one. This is another very simple. Okay. I'll tell you, if you want to integrate this workflows to your own applications, let's say like website ke liye you have webhook, but let's say for your own applications like WhatsApp or Telegram, that kind of a thing, if you want to do, it's the most simplest one would be Telegram and Slack. Okay. But WhatsApp would be pretty relatively difficult where you have to have a business account and then you have to get an API. There's a process for it. There's a relatively lengthier process to get an API and get it started with on this n8n. But for Telegram, it's very simple. Okay. I'll show you. You can actually get started with this. That's why. So search for this thing called bot father. Okay. And the Telegram search. And then I'll show you. And then just a second. Yeah. Once you click on that, once you wait a second. Yeah. Once you get into the DM of that, you just have to click on /start, type that and send it. It will give you this message. Okay. New bot, my bot, set name, set description, all those other things. For now, very simple. Just click on create a new bot. Okay. I've done that today itself, so I'll just show you that. Okay, new bot. Done. All right, all new bot. How are you going to call it? Please choose a name for yours. Sriram K bot. Okay, good. Let's choose a username. I had the same name. Done. It'll be like, congratulations on your new bot. You'll find it on TDAL. This is my DM. And it'll be like, use this token to access the HTTPS API. So I go here and I get it. And I also copy paste the HTTPS, that link that it gave me, and go here, create a credential and just paste it here. And done. That's it. Nothing else. You literally have a DM in your Telegram connected to an n8n workflow. So you create a Telegram trigger and put it there. That's how you got it. And put an AI agent, put a Gemini, and then another one after it, send a message. Again, just same account, you click it. And in the text, you just put output of this. Okay. So, I mean, that's after you experiment and get the data till here. Okay. You will be getting a drag and drop option, and then you put it in. If you don't want to test it and do it, again, if you remember the JSON script, you can just directly put it here, key $JSON.output. That will just give you the previous node information directly to this. Okay, there are many other features like inline keep. There's a lot of options you can add. See, so many here. I added one feature like that. Key, I want a row and a text under it with a button called sure. And if a person clicks on that sure, it will send me to this URL. Just so much of customizability. I'm just showing an example of it. Let's see an example. Yeah.
Once you show that,
If
also can you show how to get those templates ready to use?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, like there might be like other templates also which one can just directly pick and start using, right?
Yeah.
Not
So
this one,
there are
but
some of
entire
these
the notes, Telegram, and the workflow, n8n workflow.
Wait. Can you repeat what you're asking about?
So once you finish like this specific template, also
Yeah.
can you show like how can we use ready to use templates?
Yeah. Definitely. I have one just for that. Oh, don't worry. I have that in my plan. Okay. So I'll show you example of Telegram real quick. See, hey, who are you? Okay. This was my previous message actually. I connected it to SERP API and it gave me output of that. So yeah. Yeah, it'll be like I'm a large language trained by Google. What's your role? I'm a large language model trainer. I mean, tell me about Azure Pune, and then it'll say. And always you see that you have that button here. If I click on it, it'll get me to that link since I set it up that way. There's so much functionality there that I also haven't explored yet, but I'm just giving you a heads up. You have many options, and once you go, you can just check each. So that's how you connect to Telegram bot. You have your own Telegram bot. So let's go back. Okay. So now that you're ready, I'll show you two big workflows that I have made. Uh, Other workflows are in the previous account. Now they're just in a folder right now. I didn't import it. I'll show you some other options. Now, uh, let's, I'm gonna, leak Roshna's workflow itself for you guys. Okay. So this doesn't, it might seem a little intimidating, but it's actually one of the most simpler workflows out there. And this thing is getting me paid. Not much, but yeah. So the first trigger is form submission. Okay. Where I can have these kind of field names. I can add field names down. You see in the options. And I've done it already. I set it up in the form description. I'll be like, I put whatever I want here, and then I have different field names. So what is a product's name? And then I put it as, and there's so many options. I put it as text, and then placeholder for that, and then field name, upload product image, and then it's going to be file. And here I can write whatever accepted file types I want it to be. And I also have an option to have multiple files. And I made it a required field. Done. So by default, the form link which you have will be very bad. It will be very simple. Okay, it's just going to be n8n form link, and that's it. It doesn't seem attractive if you want to give it to some customer. So I gave that form ka screenshot and this node ka screenshot to ChatGPT, and I was like, give me the best HTML for this to get the best website interface. And then it gave me a very long one, and then I implemented it. Let's test step by step check this, okay? I'm gonna deactivate it for now. Step by step. First I click on it, it'll say form trigger isn't listening yet because now it's in test mode. I click on execute workflow. Okay, wait for sorry, short. Okay, it already has some information in the trigger and it got triggered that I have to remove the pinned. Yeah, see, from my previous
what it does
yes.
Before running it?
It got no. Can you repeat your question?
What is this workflow about? Can you tell a brief about?
Sorry. So this workflow is basically where in the form, that's exactly how I will show you. Let me unpin the data first. Okay. Okay. See, this is the link that I gave to my client. Okay. She will have this link in her WhatsApp always ready. She will click on that link whenever she wants, and she will get this interface. Okay. She puts her product image. Let's put some example. Okay. Let's put example of this only. Okay, I put that dress. Wait, was that too fast? I'll show it again. I put this dress. Okay, can you see it? Yeah, I put that, and I do not actually need to put product details here because I have already set up many things as a system message. But let's say I put some. For now, I'll just put dot. Okay, and then I'll put. I can make this non-required field, but I just put it up that. So I click on submit. Form is submitted and the workflow has begun. In the first node, there is brand assets. Okay, it's like this where I put all the brand assets here, like everything about her brand, like Roshna, brand name, Roshna's ensemble, brand tone, this is this, color theme, this is so and so, lightning style, this is what she usually prefers. Like that's how, like I basically analyze the Instagram page before itself and saw what kind of a theme she's following. And I got that here. So I put that here in JSON format. Again, I just had to format this on. I put all the details and asked ChatGPT to give me JSON script for this, and it gave me that. And and they did that. Okay, someone has a question. What is it?
What I want to understand is that you have already analyzed the information for that particular person on Instagram.
Yeah.
Instead, can we not have n8n perform that function for us?
Instead, what did you say after that? Can we
Like
nod
if
up?
we don't have n8n perform that kind of a function for us.
Like you want it to be generalized to any customer, you mean?
No, like if yeah, I mean if I'm going to any particular Instagram, let's say I'm just putting in one Instagram link, I want that same
Acha.
workflow to generate the data that you have generated personally, manually, or
Hmm.
on a different OpenAI platform or whatever you have done, like whatever your process was. But I want
Basic,
that process.
you wanted to get the extraction of their brand assets also to be automated. That's what you're trying to say, right?
There. Correct.
Yeah, that can also be done. There is a way to get that. You use something called Apify. Okay, it's a scraper platform where you can get
Yes, I
many
have
kinds
heard
of
of.
scraping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So you have Instagram profile scraper
Mhm.
where you just have you can make another workflow or connect this into this workflow where it extracts that all the content of that page, extracts the URL to, and you can give it to ChatGPT to understand each URL how it will be able to check the URL and check the image. So it will check that image, analyze itself, and then update it into the brand assets. That can definitely be done, but for now, I wanted to keep things simple, and I was doing it manually. Since it's one of the most important things, I decided to put it in my own sense, like since I'm
All.
experienced to understand.
Yeah.
Okay. So part of the workflow has been done. So let's see what it did. Okay. Step by step. On form submission, I put that information. So it gave the output, upload product image, submitted at this and other irrelevant information. And then it went to this. This did not do anything with the input. Its role was just to give its output. That's it. So it doesn't do anything else. That's the role of this edit fields node. Okay. It doesn't do anything. It just gives extra information. Or there's other feature. That is how I set it up. I can also put a function where, it does that change this to this also with the JSON script that I showed you, right? Previously, if I put a dot after a thing, input, if I drag and drop and put a dot after it, you can do all those things. That usually people do it in this exclusive edit node. So for now, I chose the functionality for it to be not doing any changes, but to just add information. So it did just that. So if you see, apart from my other information, it gave these things too, all these things in drag and droppable way, since it's formatted in JSON script. So after that, this was redundant. I just made key, take that information, the image that I have taken into and upload it into my drive. This is not really necessary. I just made it that way, where I know what the input is and I can finally also see the output. So you can remove this and directly attach it to this also. There is not a big problem. We went to AI agent now, and now you will see this is now a little complicated. Try to stick with me. So you see there's so many things here. I put it here in a user message. These are the product details for high focus. And I dragged and dropped this. Okay. For the file name, which was just dot. Okay. Like I put that box to Roshna because if she wanted specific details, like she wants a model wearing it from back, like the camera angle must be back. Most of the time, she doesn't have specific requirements, but if she does have, she will put it there. And when she does, I want my AI agent to understand it and prioritize that information and not go on its own way. So every time I can't be playing with the temperature. Also, speaking of temperature, the temperature feature would be here. See, there's so many options here. I can have sampling temperature and it's by default set to 0.7. So that's, by the way, just a heads up. So I gave this so that it takes this for high focus. See, these are the product details for high. Take the suggestion mentioned here to utmost priority. Brand, and then from brand assets, I put it here. I dragged and dropped tone, so and so. Referenced image for high focus. See, that I put it from here directly itself. This file name here it is written, now you just get it here. See, and it automatically, no need to type all this, it automatically gets it once you drag and drop. And this is, these are almost similar, I should say, from what I have observed, but I'll tell you what system message is. System message is like a default role that you can give. You see from here, the message that will be sent to the agent before the conversation starts, which is before this is set up, it gives this. So it's like an order itself. So first I wanted this to have this kind of details, like you are an elite art director for a luxury Indian fashion boutique, Roshnas and Simple. Your task is a two-step process. First, analyze these, conceptualize. Again, I didn't manually do all this. I ideated it with ChatGPT and Claude and got this whole thing set up. So, and I was like, okay, give me asset type, setting, model pose, accent prop, lighting, camera angle, caption. So if the ones who have used ChatGPT image generator models and all other like DALI and all these models, they know that the most important thing about getting exactly what you want for image generation is when you give it into a proper JSON format, or actually just give it in these kind of details. Exactly what I put it as. This is what I want, and you exactly get what you want. This is the best way of getting the images that you want to have. So yeah, pretty much that. And then caption instructions. I also want this to have captions too. I want Roshna to get post and captions. So I also gave caption instructions. And yeah, only return just heads up key, only return the structured JSON object, do not generate any additional explanation or commentary. And I connected it to structured output parser. And now you see, you might understand better. For non-coders like me, I might not understand much, but I also do understand now. But you see, visual analysis, garment type, dominant color, accent colors, fabric type, this is how it is. This is in general. And then creative concept sculpt it should have, and under it, it should have these kind of arrays inside it, where one should be asset type, one should be setting, one should be model pose, one should be this, and one should be caption at the end. Name it as creative concepts. And I do not need to write it again and again. It will be like creative concept 0, creative concepts 1, creative concepts 2. It will automatically do that. This is how the code works, and I'm bad at JavaScript, so I cannot explain it much further than that. So since I did it that way, uh, by the next node, you have these kind of outputs. Creative concept 0. Wait a second. Hold on. Okay, let's see going forward. This code node is the role of this code node is basically that what happens is when I put this image, it comes till here and it goes into the AI agent node and it gets kind of like, it gets absorbed into it. It will not exactly follow the data flow. This is something I've realized a few days back. Like, um, in that same data flow analogy that I said, you have access to the previous ones, you do not exactly have the access to all of them. If it's absorbed by some agent or some node, it will not be able to give. Is one thing that I've noticed. I have to still experiment with this. Okay. But
what you're trying to say?
Okay, so this node, what is doing it? What this is doing is it will go back to this form submission. Okay, it will take that image and it will give that image back and put it in the like on the one of the first JSON nodes. Forget everything that I said before. So I'm just saying it again now. Basically, it will be one of the first in order. Okay, the image that is from the form, it will be structured in such a way that it will be one of the first ones to be popped up for the next following nodes. That is necessary for this Instagram node generators. I'll come to that. So it does that. Apart from that, it does nothing else is changed from the AI agent output. So it will go to the switch and we come here. There are errors here in Roshna's thing that I have to correct. But from here, if you see, the JSON, again, I just dragged and dropped this creative concepts. Where is this one? Yeah, just this. Yeah, this one towards here. And I equaled it to three things. This is a switch node, by the way. You know what? Just give me a second. I'll show you another brand where I fixed this issue. You'll be able to understand it better. Okay, this will be much better. This is the same node, but I'm doing it for another brand. So it got that data, okay, and the switch node, what it does, let me just get that input from my previous applications. When you activate the workflow, you can go back to the previous executions and get that entire thing back. Okay, like I used it before, so I can just get it back and see what input I put and what input I got, output I got. So in the see the AI agent output. Okay, similar, it's just another brand. Okay, so here you see it gave now creative concept 0, creative concepts 1, creative concepts 2. I wanted this workflow to do three different things. One, I wanted the product that they put. Okay, I'll show you. Very interesting. This is the input I put. This is a Korean brand. So this is the input I put, and it did all that, it did all that, it did all that. It came to this, and this AI agent has given three different inputs, three different outputs. One is such information of a prompt where the model is applying that product. One is where the model is holding that product. One is where the product is just being showcased without any models. Okay, so the code node got the image back and put it in the first one of the first things, and here in the switch node, when you come here, you can set it up. You know, you have routing rule you can put and have value 1 and value 2 and equal to. Okay, value 2 would be whatever the next node information is, and value 1 would be the previous node. I mean the input that you want to put. So I went here and I just whatever I wanted, I put here from the output of the first agent. I put it as equal to, and I put it into model applying. Okay, there are many kinds of options here. I put it as equal to, and I put it as model applying, where model applying node, it will automatically get connected to that. Okay, when I do that. And similarly for other things. So exactly that information that I wanted that next node to have, that only it will go. Just a second. Yeah. So yeah, you can see it gives so much of information, ASIC type, background tone, lighting, all these things is there now. Now you see these are you directly have ChatGPT image generator. Okay. OpenAI, one second. OpenAI image actions. Analyze image, generate an image. You have many options like this. You can have generate image and have that node, and you know you can put GPT image 1, the latest one, DALL-E 2, whatever, and put prompt here and put that drag and drop wala feature here. But the node, this workflow, part of this workflow which I got from Reddit, back then when they were using it, they were using the HTTPS node. So what is HTTP back then? Okay, so what about HTTPS node? This is a little complicated. I might not explain to the fullest extent. I recommend you watch a YouTube video for this. I can send one for the best ones possible to watch this. But HTTPS node is for ones where the node integrations are not available in the n8n integrations. Where even if you do not have the integration, as long as any tool or anything in the internet has an API access, you can use it in n8n. So all you need to do is HTTPS request as a tool. Let's have it as a node. You click on here, you have all these options for API, different types of API actions you have, get, head, all these things, and then URL, where you get that URL from that API link, where this is the URL for get one, and we have that for various websites, right? You just paste it here. If there's authentication, you go that way. If not, yeah, and then you have these query parameters, which that specific tool, that website that you're accessing, they themselves have it in their documentation, how you can utilize them. It's a little bit, yeah.
Can you show like just one workflow before we go into like the technical details, because it's getting a bit difficult to understand what's happening.
Hmm.
Can you show like what's happening first and then get into technicalities?
Okay, fine. So, I mean, just seeing the output of these three also.
So you can pick up one node and show us like
Yeah.
what it's doing the output, and then we can go into like how is it doing.
Okay, cool. So you see, since now this by this node when I came to here, the since I got that code node getting this information first in hand, so it gave me that, and I'm having it, and in this HTTPS node, I put it as post URL, which I got it from the OpenAI authentic, the document for their
So this is
image
the
generator thing.
image
Hmm?
generation URL
Yeah, this is image generation node.
above the
Okay.
this
Yeah,
URL.
instead of the other node which I told, which I can directly do, I showed you the OpenAI image generation node directly is available, but this gives a little more functionality. Okay. Here I put authorization, and here I can put my API key, and these are the other options. These are already set up for the workflow that I have, so I don't have much information on how to get this. These you already have it from the documentation. These parameters that you need to specifically set up. I have to put this, and then I have to put model, and then put here the model name I want.
All right.
A manual way of how these nodes are already working.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this is a manual way. This when that node is integrated into n8n, you get it into such a good interface. If not, you'll have to manually do this. Add a HTTPS node and add these kind of things.
Mhm.
Form data model GPT-1, GPT image one, and parameter type, and then you see form data prompt, and then I put here my prompt. Okay. Hey, again, some of these are constant. You see the uploaded product image must remain completely unchanged, preserve all the text, labels, branding, so and so, and create a premium Instagram. I'll show it like this. Yeah, create a premium Instagram post showcasing authentic application of Ashley. That's the product, the company name, and then I dragged and dropped the visual analysis product name. All these are drag and drop from the agent or from the brand assets. See primary palette.
Information
Um,
that's coming
hmm?
from the previous node, the forms and like it's coming as it is, right? From the
Hmm.
previous checkpoint.
Yeah.
Now being passed to the image generation model of OpenAI.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So from brand assets for a node which is right at the beginning somewhere. Some I wanted information from there, some I wanted information from the AI agent node. So I literally did whatever I could for to get the best possible guy. You see,
Okay.
model direction is this, do so and so. Lightning setup is
Variables
this.
which will keep on changing.
This is see, whatever is already text, whatever is green, that is the one that keeps changing based on the user, whatever picture he puts. The other things are all constant.
Right.
These are all constant. The green ones are the one that keeps changing. The constants are set it up so that it will be best. You see, all this, you see, so some people say ki, instead of your workflow, instead of taking your workflow or buying your workflow, why I will just do rather ChatGPT. But you see the amount of input that's being put up. Would do notice that this is again in this green again some 4 or 5 sentences are being put up. So imagine the amount of input that's being put up into ChatGPT image generator and the output that is being given. Do you think the customers, these people would be able to ideate this much amount of a prompt and put it every single time? No.
So we
So
are
that's
having
why
a
this is,
repeatable thing. Like if we have
yeah.
to scale it once or twice, we can do. If we have to do it 100 times,
Exactly.
then it becomes
That's where a net incomes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly why this is very nice to have. This kind of a workflow in future will not be able to get replaced.
Mhm.
Like you see, there are many no code like new softwares, new websites coming where they're giving you the best possible output with the most minimal input. Like
Can you
as it keeps getting better. Yeah.
so what it does, the next step?
Yeah, so I put all this input and then the output it gives will be in this format. Wait a second, I'll show you. I'm not, wait a second. Oh my God, did my browser crash? Okay, okay. For some reason, it's going very slow. It will not give a direct image, but it will give you in a, I think it's going to be a B64 format, this kind of a format. Okay. Okay. And then,
Will you download
which
it?
is not, yeah, we'll not be able to exactly get it, right? We will not be able to see it and download it. So there is another node that is available on n8n convert where you can have this operation set up. You move base64 string to file. Where input, you put it as key. This is the input from the previous one. This is again dragged and drop. And output file will be data. Just name will be data, and this is the operation is already set up. This is the name. Okay, done. So you saw the input, you want to see the output, this would be the output. Okay. And pretty decent, I should say. I before this, I had to check their profile. You see, this is a luxury brand. This is one of the best brands that I've seen, honestly. So I had to take screenshots of all this. Okay. See the quality of the product. So this is what we wanted to automate. Those people they're apparently spending a lot of money trying to get these models to do all this kind of photo shoot. So they wanted to automate this and we see if they're getting anything similar. So I put this in Claude. I created a project. I have Claude Pro. I put a project. I put all this information and I asked it to analyze and give me brand assets information. AI agents. I put the JSON script also. Okay, so you can literally click on this download and you will have a JSON file. Okay, of the entire workflow. Where if I give you the JSON file and you save it in your computer and then you click on import from file and import that JSON file, you literally get the same to same setup. Same to same. All the parameters set up, everything.
So is this platform available in like once the 14 days period is expired, or how does one do it?
You just have access to the workflows, but you cannot do anything about it. You're done for. Like you cannot do anything. You have to move. You have to download all those workflows and go to a new n8n, create a new n8n account and import it from there. I don't have money for this, so I had to create many Gmail accounts. This is my fourth n8n. After the 14 days has been done. So I keep downloading, I keep moving from, I have to again connect all my Google account, ChatGPT account. It's kind of tedious. But and the money I'm getting, I'm trying to put in Claude and all the things. So
what does the open source aspect means?
Open source?
So you were mentioning that the n8n is open source as well, right?
Yeah. So that is when you host it on, you can host this entire platform on your laptop or online itself, but on cloud also, provided you have your own server. You host it. Basically, this is a backend. This is a backend system, right?
Okay.
Technically, so you host it on websites like Render.
So basically,
that's exactly what it is.
to edit or to make any changes, you need access to this n8n platform subscription. But
No. Like, okay, see, I mean, you can have the exact same functionality if you can, if you use it on Render and all, have your own server there, you can literally have the same functionality. You can just import workflows, and as long as the server runs, it works. Okay, everything available on this cloud account, that n8n website account that you have, everything is available for you. Does that answer your question?
But it does not give us access to edit the functionality. For that, we need to be in like this system, this platform.
What do you mean edit the functionality?
If you want to change the node or do anything, then we need to access
everything. You do not need to go to n8n website anymore. You will have your own n8n website. You will have all these functionalities. You'll have your own workflow. You'll have these things. You'll have all the nodes available. Everything you'll have. It will be the same to same on your own cloud website.
Okay, all right.
It will only be the URL that's changing. Everything is same for you.
Okay.
That's the advantage of open sourceness.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of building upon what the question Aditya already asked. What would be the tech stack on which I put this or I deploy this application built here on n8n? What would be the technology stack that would be necessary to run it?
Yeah. So if you're hosting it on your own computer, to what extent I know, I haven't done that local hosting thing, but for that, all you would need is Docker. And yeah, mostly it's just Docker, if I remember correctly. If there's anyone in the meeting who has done this, they can answer this question for local hosting. But if for server hosting, for your own server, it's much simpler. There are render itself, there is there, um, and there's many other backend websites where you have an option where you can just click on, okay, once I do all this, I'll get an option where I can just click on n8n and everything else is done. I don't need to do anything else. Since I have a render account, let's say, there will be an integration for n8n. I click on it and it'll automatically download all those n8n things since they have like already an integration set up for their website, like a partnership kind of a thing. So it automatically downloads n8n. That GitHub repository, everything is activated in the backend, and you will get a login page in your own server. Instead of shriramk.app.n8n.cloud, you will have render.cloud. Okay, you will get a login page. You will log in your information, you create an account or something, and then after that, nothing else. You just have it running just like a normal n8n. All the things that will change is just the URL. Everything else would be same to same for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but local hosting के लिए you have to download Docker, and through Docker you have to do.
No, I'm talking about web hosting. I want to
Web
make
hosting
it
is very
available
simple.
to, yeah.
Web hosting is
Renders
very,
it
very
is.
simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to understand what exactly, what is the final artifact? What exactly a Docker file that I put on? Sorry, when I put this together, do I have to do anything apart from downloading or uploading that Docker file to the render
That is
web
something
server?
even I'm not really sure of since I haven't tried it myself. There are many short videos available, 15, 20 minutes video that gets you sorted with that. You can
Or
do check it out. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So now here and this switch here, I have an option send data to all matching inputs. Then it does one, it does two, it does three. Also, one more thing that you need to remember is in n8n, nothing is concurrent. It does not happen simultaneously. Like this workflow and this workflow does not happen simultaneously. That is not there. It always goes one way. Like it goes here, finishes that, and then comes back, and then goes here, does that, and then comes back. Okay. So you see model applying, you saw that image, right? Now you see model holding, it converted, you see. This this actually followed a lot. You see, if you can see the Instagram account, the ethnicity of the models, the background, the tonality, I had to set up everything, and you see how almost accurately, where is this? I lost it down. Okay, yeah. Most of that was kind of captured here. Okay, so there, and you see product showcase. Wrong word. Here I go, and you see this. Okay. So yeah, that's one application. This is one product that you can very much build, and you can just all you need to do is just customize brand assets, AI agent, a system message. So for Roshna's thing, I don't need to save anything, but let's see the difference between this workflow and Roshna's thing. You see how as it gets lesser and lesser much of an effort for me to handle things. You see this. See, for Roshna's thing, I had to change brand assets that this is not a product workflow, but now it's a sari workflow. And I kept three things. Here, all three things have a model wearing that product, but I put one for Instagram image generator, one for story generator, and one for ad creative. For image generator, I just had to simply put, give me this 1:1. This is for image. And then here for story, I had to put this, and I'd be like 9:16 ratio, and for ad campaign, and similar things are set up that way. And so it's saved. Okay, the file is ready. Okay, but after that, there is I want the URL for that file. Okay, so that is something that can be like, why did I do this instead of the Google Drive thing? Is because Google Drive thing is mine. Like I cannot give my Google Drive access to my clients, right? And I cannot go to their laptop every time and go link their Google credentials. It's very hectic. So there is a turnaround for that. There is a website called imagebb.com. You set these things up again. You know what these parameters, how to set it up, you can get it from ChatGPT, where this file that has been there, it gets uploaded into ImageBB, and the API is all set up, and then it converts it into a URL. And then once that URL is there, I put here, see, post image for form submission. What is the product's name? So whatever the form page she put the product name, it comes here. And message pay, I put, see, here Roshna, here's a link for the Instagram post image and the URL of the post. Hold on the picture and click on download image to download it. Here is the post caption. And the one which also AI agent has built, the caption also I added it up. So that is also there. So it's very simple. Check check the mail for other images too. Karke I also gave her a heads up, because after that the next workflow start and the next workflow start. So in a period of 4 or 5 minutes, she gets one after one, total of 3 emails, and pretty much making her life simpler. So that's how this is set up. Any doubts?
Can we do something like we combine, let's say, output of all the 3 nodes and then send a single mail, let's say that, this was the
Obviously. Sure,
install.
obviously. Okay, so good question. So I will tell you how to do that. So let's say, okay, I remove these. Okay, there is a very important node I haven't covered. Thank you for asking. Now I'll cover that. There is something called merge node. Okay, this is important. How many inputs? 3. So I put it here. Okay. This merge node where I put these and I just flip it to, let's say, one email, and then I set it up that way in the email itself. In the merge, there are various options. Okay, one is append, where output of first it will give, and then paste the second output and paste the third output, and in that sequence, and gives that information to the mail. Okay. Then there are other options like combine and choose branch. Combine is like it's a little tricky for combine. You have to check for if all 3 have similar field names. Let's say if all 3 have a subfield, like let's say caption, 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 all 3 are similar. So it will combine captions of 3, and then it will be like, and then URL combines those, and then you understand what I mean, right? So those categories it matches up, and then it combines them, and that's how it gives the output. Then full output of 1, and then full output of 2, and full output of 3. That's what combine does. So SQL query, I haven't explored this much yet. Choose branch is actually important. I mean, mostly important. There is a very important functionality of merge, by the way. Okay, where merge will not send the information. It will not go next unless it gets both the inputs. This is very important in terms of n8n workflows that I've realized. This will give you a lot of functionality when you ideate workflows. Okay, I'll show you an example. So I can be using choose branch where I can be number of outputs 3, and I can only choose to use data of only 1 or 2 inputs. Where you'll be like, then what is the point if only one input is being sent and the others are not sent? What is the point? Then it's useless, right? But no, there is an answer to that. You will see that in the next workflow that I show. But it's very important. So that's what merge node does. Okay, this will exactly do what you want it to do and send one combined image. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Sriram,
Yeah, welcome.
we are
Yes.
we are overshot like around 45 minutes. It's 5:45. So if you can cover the rest of it in 5-10 minutes, then we can.
Yeah, the one last workflow, max 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes only.
Or
Okay.
instead of workflow, you can show how to get the templates and use any ready to use workflows.
Oh, yeah, sure, that works too. Okay.
Where like people can have like any kind of workflow to get started with.
Okay. So you guys understood with the most basic workflow that you create. Now you know how to manipulate those workflows, how to drag and drop and do whatever you want. That you understood now. So now, if you already want ready-made workflows that you want to experiment with, which by the way, most of these are all ready-made workflows. I didn't build most of them from scratch. One is, okay, you just click on workflows. Where is this? Sorry, templates. Click on templates. You will get to this page and done. There is so many things. There's so many applications here. All you need to do is just type it down. They gave as much of a categorization as possible, but you can still type whatever you want. You can also search by node. I want these nodes, and then you will be like, okay, these are the nodes. I want a marketing workflow, and I want not ChatGPT but Open Router, since I'm gonna be using cheap, free things. I want Gemini and not ChatGPT. So I can just put Gemini nodes here. Okay, let's just show you. So let's just see. Once choose one. Let's say sales. Clicked on sales. See, there's CRM, there's lead generation, there's lead nurturing. So if you want to go for, let's say, lead generation, let's go for this guy. This guy again. Around 60-50% of them are paid workflows, by the way. But yeah, there's still 40-50% that are free. So if you see, he gives all the data of what the workflow does. You can watch the video tutorial itself. Okay. And then if you want to just import it, you just click on this and you'll have the feature. Import template to Sriram Cloud Workspace. And it'll ask you, yeah, by the way, you need all these integrations, connections, and all. So you can connect it here itself, or you can just skip and it'll get done later. See, done, you have imported a workflow. Easy peasy. And all you need to do is just understand what exactly each is doing. And if there's any place where you have to put API down, you have to check it up. And once you're done, click it, and then you will see for example, you have to choose these things and get started with it. So, yeah, this is one workflow. What it does, I haven't tried. Yeah.
Helpful thing that would help is like how are you using Claude or MCP server to get help in developing these workflows, or
okay, with that question, I haven't tried it directly with Claude MCP server, but I'll tell you what I've done. See, so this is going to be helpful for the ones who have Claude Pro. Okay, I'm going to be making your life much easier. So go to Claude. If you have Claude Pro, this is the best thing for n8n Claude Pro. Create a new project. This feature is only for pro people. Okay. So, and I created one project. I had n8n, and I literally uploaded almost all the workflows that are available publicly. Most of them, like for example, all the free workflows on that n8n thing, there is a GitHub repository that someone has uploaded all these workflows to. And I downloaded everything and uploaded everything. Everything, literally from starting to scratch.
Which you mentioned. These are the workflows that you download as JSON files?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
They are all available on a GitHub repository. I'll be sharing that in the group. So you'll just have to download everything. You can also directly just, add that GitHub repository here. Like it should be first sent it to your own GitHub repository and then you connect it. Okay. Yeah, you can do that, or you can manually do this. I didn't want to download that entire repository in my account, so I just downloaded it and all, and I added it everything. And apart from this, you should also go to n8n website, go to their own. There are documents available of each node, each integration, and each node information they have. Okay, you take that all, and then you also download those. Once you've done that, yeah.
So, do you modify JSON from here and then you import it back to n8n?
Something like that. Now that my Claude understands everything, how each work, it understands how everything is working. It analyzes everything. So now my Claude project is in such a way that I just need to write it. If I want to create a new workflow and I don't want like anything, I want to create a new workflow which is not available on the internet. Let's say, for example, now I'm trying to create a workflow for a person who zero the MCP is available now. Okay, so with that, people can technically automate their trading accounts. So I wanted to see if I can make a workflow where this is being done. So all I have to do is just type it out in natural language, exactly what my workflow needs to be done. It will analyze how similar workflows have been structured. It will understand the n8n documents, and then it will give you a finished workflow with almost 95% accuracy, uh, where you can just import that workflow into your n8n, and you have most of the parameters set up also in your n8n. But why I said 95% accuracy is because there's small connections that will be left that you just have to do it. But it's killer. It's a killer thing. It's very nice. So let's say for my product photography wala workflow, I kind of made my life much simpler. How? I made N8n brand photography studio project. I put my project knowledge, see Rona form, Joycer, ultimate product photography, reference advanced prompts, negative prompts, master. Negative prompts is something I learned from 100 Expert. Um, I didn't know. I forgot that existed. So if I don't want something to happen, also the bunch of negative prompts, master brand, customization guide, JSON scheme template, all that it might need. Okay. This is not going to generate me an entire workflow, but now I don't need to, like, it can also do that. Now that I've given the workflow that it only needs to copy paste. Now I will just ask, okay, this is my new client. These are the images of my of his Instagram account. Boom, give me now a customized JSON workflow, and it will give me that. So this I made yesterday. Until yesterday, I had to manually give it entire context and give brand assets information, AI agents information, and image generation prompt information. But now that's also very much simpler for me. From my side, that's also easier done. So the Claude Pro is pretty useful. If you do not have Claude Pro and you wanna use it, like Gemini 2.5 Pro is also pretty good. You have 3 to 4 times free option, and you give context in the first image. You give all the context possible, since there is 1 million input token window. Give all the context in the first image of what you're trying to do. This is a JSON workflow. Tell me what nodes to edit and all these things. 2.5 Pro is also pretty good in helping you if you want to go in a free manner. But yeah, that's how you can design workflow using Claude Pro if you want to go that way. I almost done. I just wanted to show you that. Okay, just for fun, scale of this is not actually. This is the one which is available on internet. In the template section, you get that complete social media automation one. But I had to edit it and make it much better. So you see this. I'll show you. Okay. Yeah. See this. See, I went for the same thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, this one. So I modified that and I had to go a bit further. Now that you understand how everything is working, you'll not get intimidated by this at all. I will show you. Like very fast walkthrough I'll give you, and you guys will be able to really understand it. So input is wait, I'll just show you this. 5 minutes and it'll be done. See, this is form version. So now all this is transformation. Topics that I want, mandatory keywords that I want the post to have, topic about the post, URL if I want any, like let's say if I'm launching a product and I want URL to be there, that people can just click on it, URL I paste, and upload image of the product, I can upload the image of the product. And if I want that direct uh, that one or the image that I put, I made it optional. So if I want that image only to be as my post picture, and I want my workflow to just have a caption for my picture, then I will go direct. No, I gave you the topic of the post. You only generate me an image and you only generate me a caption if I want, and I'll put AI generated. I'll click on automatically generate social media account. Social media content. And then what it does, see this. With this, you'll understand most of it. This is the last thing that you would need to get started. So information will go till here. It'll go to this true false node. Okay, this is something called true false node, where you can set things up like put here, okay, that information, and put here equals to direct. Again, this you can get on ChatGPT, this JavaScript. And if this is trying to say that in that, if a person is trying to say, if he clicks on direct, go to the false node, okay, and it'll go to the opposite node. So basically that will take this to direct wala thing, which will be just a second. Yeah, this wala flow. If a person chooses direct, it will go to this node. I complicated the true false thing over, but it will basically go to this workflow where it first gets uploaded to Google Drive, and then it makes the picture public. The settings can be set up that way. And then the URL is structured in a way of a drag and droppable button using the edit field node. And then it will only this branch will happen. This branch will not happen. This is the difference between that merge thing and this. Only one will happen since we chose that. Only that workflow will go. It will go to social media content. Okay, it will be asked to analyze this image and give captions for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and all these things. Okay, it has a parser setup. If I want it to search the internet, I can activate this. Okay, and it'll also search internet for latest information. It'll go there. It'll go to the email agent node, where email agent node pe it has things set up here. Okay, system message key remove all code block. According to the output parser that is set up here. Like you see here, platform type, post, properties, LinkedIn, type, image suggestion, type, post, hashtags, call to action. All these things are set up that way. So yeah,
about this is how it has partitioned the steps in different boxes, and then also
exactly
the description over here so that it becomes easy for us to focus, right? And later on,
yes,
also understand or share with each other.
yes.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. So now it goes to this AI agent, which is using Gemini, because by now I don't want ChatGPT. I don't need ChatGPT. I don't need vision capabilities. It has already done this. I don't want to use, I have a free alternative now since the input is text and I want an output to be a text. So my life is simpler. So I just used Gemini. In this agent, I wanted it to just make a proper email. And then I connected it to email node. In the email node, I made it here, and then I put that output JSON.output of my agent directly. Approval, I put the social media from the agent itself, some text from there, anything could be put. And then I have some options here: approve and disapprove, approve, primary and decline. Primary thing would be approve, and decline would be secondary. You have to set it up that way so that it knows the direction. It takes the information that way. So I get an email. Okay, I'll show you my email. See, I get an email first like this. I used a dog, a vet clinic in my city as an example, my friend's clinic. So I just, in the input, by the way, all I put was paws and tails, dog. Okay, like paws and a pet clinic. That's everything. That's all I put. Nothing else I put. I didn't fill any other blank. I clicked on that. It itself, used SERP API, got the information. Okay, gave for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, everything optimized. So from what that LLM understands, whichever is optimized for that specific social media, Twitter, TikTok, it was set up that way. So I was like, okay, it's okay, let it go. Threads, YouTube Shorts, and I'll have two options: approve and decline. So you see now, if I go approve, okay, I have another switch mode where I can put context here. You see, if it's approve, go to true. Okay, if you get approved information, if you do not, then it will go towards false and it will stop there and then itself. So if it's true, it will go. Okay, and it will go here. This is everything not again there publicly available. I made all these changes sitting for many days trying to understand everything. This was my first workflow, so you can understand how intimidated I got and I had to take so much time. I should have gone step by step. But yeah, here this is from directly information is from the form where if did the person ask direct or indirect. Okay, if person asked that indirect in the sense ki AI generated. If he wanted direct, it will go through this way where it will give me approval final post where my image that I uploaded will be sent to me. Okay, and see see in the message also I can set this up in HTML format and add these pixels also. It's one of the advantages of it, just to make the email look better. And I also put the input key. These are the inputs. I put all those things, and email is then sent to me one last time with the post, with the picture and caption, and I will have approve option. If I click on approve, it will again check Instagram, Facebook. Oh, one more thing that I did not show you guys is this. Okay, it's not there here. I did not upload it into the form. But I also have one more feature in my form. What social media that I want to upload it on. Okay, where there will be multiple choice question. I'll click on Instagram, Facebook. It will come till here and then it will check. Okay, only Instagram, Facebook are approved. Only it will go that same information there. Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn will not go. Okay, and if in the initial if I wanted AI generated image, it will go to this is the prompt for AI generated image. Okay, caption will be put up and it will enhance it into a very good prompt, and then generate image, upload to Google, make image public, set public URL, and then send to email, and again same thing, and then I will get an email like this. I set it to be the same image for everything, by the way, so you'll get it like this. Look at how beautiful I'll get it. Just a second. With that same input, like literally just put one paws and tails pet clinic. That's the literal input I put, and this is the output it was giving. LinkedIn again. This UI, this that you see. I mean the all this thing that you're seeing, the decoration part. It's all ChatGPT. I put that HTML code to be constant. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, YouTube Shorts, and then I can approve or decline, and accordingly you will put your APIs and all these things, and it'll upload it, and after uploading it, this node gives okay. You gotta understand this. This node gives you the result if it is uploaded or not. If there is an error, it'll take the information of the error, and similarly for all, it'll merge these things, and then this is aggregate one. It'll opposite of merge. It just aggregates all that information into a specific format that you want, and then it will give you whatever report you want on Telegram or on email. On email, I will get a report. Key. Oh yes, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. These are posted. These two ke liye you had an issue. Some issue happened. So it's like a report, final report. So yeah, I am done. I am actually pretty much done. There's many other workflows. Many other workflows. See, this is the lead generation workflow that I'm using for my this digital marketing agency, where it searches the Google search feature will be there. It will search up for whatever setting I put. If I want, let's say, interior designers, it will search up for them.
Let me
and
stop you there.
yeah.
If you're like seeing additional workflows, let's just have like a 5-10 minutes of discussion, and then
Sure.
Because like the workflows will be like user
No,
specific.
I was not planning to discuss this completely. I was just saying it basically does out lead generation. It will search for it, and then it will also automatically outreach on LinkedIn and email. So this is one workflow for that. This is one also found online and had to edit up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Where can I get to my screen? Second.
You want me to stop your screen share?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for that wonderful session. Do you want to do you have 5-10 minutes for questions, or do you want to take it offline in the
I do. No, I mean 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes is fine. If
let's
anyone has any questions.
3 questions, and then we can continue our discussion on WhatsApp. And you can also share a
Sure.
couple of resources that you are following or you liked for someone to get
Sure.
anything.
Sure. Done. It can be done. I will. I mean, I don't know. I wanted to go with. I will also share the workflows. Some of these workflows that I have generalized and I've got it so that you can get started with.
Or you can create a Google Doc of all these resources and then share it within the doc itself. The links for the workflows as well as the.
Sure, that can be done too. I will. Yeah. Some of these workflows I'll be giving. Done. So yeah, any questions?
I quickly wanted to understand, which model have you preferred for writing your master prompts, specifically for photography and all those stuffs out there?
Initially, I was using ChatGPT, but Claude is actually equally good, honestly. It's not much different. Now that I've given Claude the context of what it needs to do, Claude is also pretty good. It's good. Claude is decently good. Both, I would, if I had an option, I would prefer ChatGPT, but since my functionality is much more like my life is much simpler since I have Claude Pro with all the context that it has to Claude project, I am using Claude. But yeah, the best would be ChatGPT, but not by a huge margin.
Got it. So, is let's say Claude Pro project similar to what custom GPT
Exactly.
does?
Yes.
Got it. So basically, I'm use GPT extensively. So maybe we can do a
Sure.
similar stuff on custom GPT.
100%. 100%. It's just the same. In ChatGPT also, you just upload all this for context and you can just train it that and then you use it. Same to same.
Got it.
Yeah. Any more questions? Anyone?
Actually, I have been listening about this n8n, but this is wonderful session.
Thank you.
Just guide us how can we further proceed?
Do you, yeah, you all got an idea now how to proceed with, right? Like now you can see videos and can try to understand because the n8n, the craze has gone so much that everyone's getting intimidated way to get started with. If they want to go to YouTube, they have 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hour sessions. And it's very there needs to be an icebreaker for people to get started with. So I hope that purpose has been fulfilled by this session. Where now you can go do your own things on n8n. I hope so.
Yeah. Yes, you break the ice.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Any more questions? Yeah.
So point of this was you won't be able to understand unless you try it hands-on.
Exactly.
So the only way to learn it completely is by practice. And today, Sriram has shown a walkthrough. But keep on discussing whatever challenges you face on the WhatsApp group, the AI study group.
Yeah, 100%.
Be there to guide you or help you whenever you're stuck. Or others will also.
Yes, 100%. So yeah, whatever workflow that you want to plan doing with or whatever, you can talk in the group or you can text me, anything there's so many possible collaborations that can be done this way. Now, everything, once you understand what each node does and what all integrations are available on n8n, and the thing that is stopping is literally your imagination. n8n has this famous tagline called automate anything, and they literally mean it. Everything can be automated. The thing with code path for this is you will not be able to really visualize things when you keep there's a chance for intimidation and kind of things. But the reason why most product managers also these days are loving n8n is because this is their for they sketch an idea, and then they go explain it to these all the developers that they have under it. But now they can go one step further and build the prototype themselves using n8n, and then they go give it to the developers, and then they'll do a much better job. And even the product managers themselves can understand their idea better, since they're actually trying to execute it to on a single workflow. So, and then if they want to scale it up, they can just make a code version of it through using Google AI Studio, let's say, or many other versions using Cursor and all these things, and then make a proper full stack application out of this.
I have one more question. Like, have you tried the n8n MCP, which connects the n8n itself to your Claude or Cursor, where you can develop the workflows?
Yeah, I haven't started with it yet. I heard about it, and I heard that Claude can do much more of a has much more of a functionality over your thing. It can do things. It can create workflows for you. I heard about it. I haven't tried it out yet. But
Okay.
yeah, that's actually something that's something good, really good. I have to
That
check
might
it
make
out.
life a bit more easier, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. I should do that. That's
Do
where
you
I'll be
have
heading
a
next.
n8n like side chatbot where you can talk with an AI companion?
Yeah, n8n has it. I just don't use it, but n8n has that feature. Whenever you're having issues with any node, there will be a small chatbot on the right corner where you click on it. It'll understand what's going on. It will check the n8n documentation and give you an answer.
Okay.
But it's not very useful, honestly, because it just checks the documentation, and whatever errors that has been going on, which is documented by n8n, it checks and gives you. It does not have web search feature and proper intelligence. It's just a RAG agent. Small, it's like simple like that.
And can you like import workflows to like the workflows are in JSON format, right?
Yes, completely, Jason. You just have to you can download it and or you can import it. People have in Reddit, literally the hack is go to Reddit, search for something you want. Let's say I want automated lead generation and lead automate completely sales automation agent. They will give you a link which is attached to their GitHub or something, and you just download the JSON, put it, and then import it.
Oh.
Simple. In fact, through this method, many people, the problem is they forgot to take out their API layer credit, API thing. Okay. On things like ChatGPT, the official nodes, there is no box for API. But you see, when I use my image generator node through HTTPS node, I put my API quite in a
Auto-generation
box.
token.
Yeah. So I put it that
Yes.
way for a
Yeah.
HTTPS node. People take that and they use it. There is actually a website in the internet called leaked APIs, and people completely finish up thousands of dollars of leak,
Just make
leaked
sure that
API.
you set rate limits as well as hide your API keys when
Mm,
you're sharing.
exactly. Yes. Got to be careful with
And
that.
for you as well, like to change your API keys once you have showcased the work.
Yes,
Because it
100%.
everything is going to be recorded and shared, so it might be a good thing to change the tokens.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. Saved my life.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Sri.
Uh,
It was a wonderful.
Also, last thing I actually wanted to ask was that, mostly, at least I've seen that people using Comfy UI and all those workflows out there for
mm-hmm,
shoots and different kind of things. But
mm-hmm,
interestingly, you have used, let's say, OpenAI, which is maybe Delhi 3 will be running behind it. So,
mm-hmm.
surprisingly good results. So, is it something you found out by research or something like that? Or you just played around it or something like that?
You're asking me how did I get the best image output as possible?
Yes. And
How
how
did I figure out?
also you figured it out? Yes.
Yeah, it's actually through playing around and it's asking ChatGPT and all these things itself. Key. I mean, researching properly about what are the best things for getting prompt. Prompt के लिए the best is ChatGPT. The ChatGPT image one is one of the best. There's also Leonardo.ai where you buy its premium version and buy credits and also get access to those models. But yeah, it was useless until there was a recent session on control nets where I realized finally I could actually solve a big problem. Actually, you can connect Comfy UI to your n8n, provided both are running on cloud. And if you notice, the thing is for some of my products, like let's say the dress that my cousin puts,
Right.
and in the output, the design is actually a little altered. And I tried so much to get the exact replica, and it's not at all happening. The design always changes. For something like a perfume bottle, it's very simple. But for something like a Muggum design that my cousin puts often, it's so complicated that I myself cannot understand the pattern, forget about AI. So for things like that, the GPT image generator is, since it's a generalized model, it sets all those parameters by itself, it will make a lot of mistakes. But through Comfy UI, we can actually get the result we need.
Right.
Uh,
Like we
yeah,
saw with IP adapters and all those things, right?
exactly. So this is very good for us in terms of n8n also. That's what yesterday I did not attend both yesterday's and day before yesterday's session. So after attending I realized, so I'm going to put an Instagram post about
Great.
it.
All right. Thanks, Sriram. Let's end this here. And
Yeah,
thank you everyone
pretty
for
much.
spending your Sunday evening with us. It has been a pleasure.
Yeah,
And
do join the community.
hope to see some of your projects. Keep sharing your work in the AI group, and let's keep in touch.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, and please, if possible, do upload this on LinkedIn and tag me. It's gonna help me.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. And do join the community. Thank you all.